Fellas, you know Degree Cool Rush deodorant, right? Well, last year they changed the formula, and guys were mad about it. One dude even started a petition. So guess what? Degree heard us, admitted they messed up, and brought the original Cool Rush scent back exactly how it was. And it's in Walmart, Target, and other stores now for under $4. So grab some and remember why its cool, crisp, and fresh scent made it the #1 men's antiperspirant for the last decade. Degree Cool Rush is back, and it smells like victory for all of us.
Out here, there's no one way of doing things. No unwritten rules, and no shortage of adventure. Because out here, the only requirement is having fun. Bank of America invites kids 6 to 18 to golf with us. For a limited time, sign them up for a free 1-year membership, giving them access to discounted tee times at thousands of courses. Learn more at bankofamerica.com/golf with us. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America. Restrictions apply. See BofA.com/golf with us for complete details. Copyright 2025 Bank of America Corporation.
This is Optimal Finance Daily. How to get your money out of your 401k before 59 and a half by Wanderer of millennial-revolution.com. For some reason, I've been doing a string of tax articles lately that have been surprisingly well received, so I figured I'd keep going. Why ruin a good thing, right? 401ks. They're great, aren't they? They let you defer taxes on your income, giving you a tax refund, and anything you earn in them is tax-free. The only problem is there's a catch. Money inside your 401k is kind of like a raw pot roast. You can't eat it right away. First, you have to withdraw the money, just like you have to cook the pot roast before eating it. And like a pot roast, if you cook it too fast, then the whole thing gets burnt to a crisp and you have to hack off half of it just to find something edible. Anywho, the point is, because 401k withdrawals are taxed at your marginal rate, if you withdraw it too fast, you'll end up getting a big chunk of it taxed away. That's bad. So the trick is to withdraw it slowly. When you leave your job, your earned income effectively drops to zero. And remember, we all get $11,000 to $12,000 of income tax-free. In Canada, it's called the personal deduction, and in the US, it's called the standard deduction. Historically, the standard deduction in the US was much smaller than the Canadian one, but with the most recent Trump tax cuts, as of 2018, they're now about the same. If you're married like us, you can get $24,000 out of your 401ks every year tax-free after retirement. One big problem though. If you've reached financial independence and you retire in your 30s or 40s, you can't actually withdraw from your 401k because you get hit with an additional 10% penalty for any withdrawal you take before the strangely precise age of 59 and a half. Canadians, count yourself lucky on this one. RRSPs have no age requirements for withdrawal, so the only thing Canadians need to worry about is withdrawing their account slowly enough. But for Americans, there is a way to get your money out tax-free too. It just requires you to jump through a bunch more hoops. It's all based on the IRS rule that Roth IRA conversions rather than contributions can be withdrawn penalty-free 5 years after the conversion has taken place. What the hell is a Roth IRA conversion? Okay, I'll tell you. Stop yelling at me. Anyway, a Roth IRA conversion is money taken from your traditional IRA and then transferred over or converted into your Roth IRA. Now remember that traditional IRA contributions are tax deductible. So when you do a conversion, the amount gets added to your taxable income. So it's kind of sort of like a withdrawal in that you want to do it slowly enough so that you don't get hit with a tax bill. Only instead of withdrawing into your checking account, it goes into your Roth IRA, which is great since you can withdraw from your Roth IRA tax-free and penalty-free, but only after 5 years. Note that each withdrawal has its own 5-year countdown. So a conversion done in 2000 would only be available for withdrawal in 2005. A conversion done in 2001 would only be available in 2006, and so on. Now you might be thinking, that's great, but this is for traditional IRAs. What does this have to do with 401ks? Well, it's true that you can't do a conversion from a 401k, but you can perform what's called a 401k rollover and transfer your balance from a 401k into a traditional IRA. The IRS allows you to do this because if you leave your employer, they want to give you a way to regain control over your retirement savings in case you left on bad terms or the employer goes bankrupt. And because this is going from a tax-deferred account to another tax-deferred account, a 401k rollover is completely tax-free. Important. Everything I said here applies equally to 401ks, 403bs, and TSPs, but 457s, which are for state employees, actually don't have an age restriction for withdrawals. You can just directly withdraw from those whenever you want, penalty-free. And as long as you do it slowly enough, it would be tax-free as well. Putting it all together. So here's how we put this all together. When you're working, you contribute to your 401k to take advantage of any employer-matched contributions, those sweet, sweet tax deductions, and of course, tax-free growth. And if you happen to work for certain types of companies, you may be able to double your tax-deferred contributions in a process I like to call double fisting your retirement accounts. Over the course of your career, you may end up starting and contributing to multiple 401ks. Then when you quit, you roll over all of them into a traditional IRA. This is done tax-free. Now you have a big traditional IRA. It's full of tax-deferred money you saved over the years, like a big old raw pot roast. You want to eat it, but you can't yet. So now you start to convert it, being careful to keep your conversions to within your standard deduction of $12,000 per individual or $24,000 per married couple. Each year on January 1st, you fill out the paperwork with your IRA provider to convert $24,000 into your Roth IRA. The next year, you convert another $24,000. You do this for 5 years. On the 5th year, you're now eligible to withdraw that first IRA conversion tax-free and penalty-free. And so on and so on. And of course, once you turn the magical age of 59 and a half, why does the IRS pick such weird numbers? You can stop with this ladder business and just do regular withdrawals. And that's how you access your 401k money before the age of 59 and a half. You just listened to the post titled, How to Get Your Money Out of Your 401k Before 59 and a Half by Wanderer of millennial-revolution.com. Imagine you're a business owner who has to rely on a dozen different software programs to run your company, none of which are connected, and each one is more expensive and more complicated than the last. It can be pretty stressful. Now imagine Odoo. Odoo has all the programs you'll ever need, and they're all connected in one simple, easy-to-use platform, giving you peace of mind that your business is always being taken care of from every angle. Odoo has user-friendly open-source applications for everything. We're talking CRM, accounting, inventory, manufacturing, marketing, HR, and everything in between. Basically, if your business needs it, Odoo's got it. Odoo sounds pretty amazing, right? So stop wasting your time and money on those expensive, disconnected platforms and let Odoo harmonize your business with simple, efficient software that can handle everything for a fraction of the price. It doesn't get much better than that. So what are you waiting for? Discover how Odoo can take your business to the next level by visiting odoo.com. That's ODOO.com. Odoo, modern management made simple.
This episode is brought to you by State Farm. You might say all kinds of stuff when things go wrong, but these are the words you really need to remember. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. They've got options to fit your unique insurance needs, meaning you can talk to your agent to choose the coverage you need, have coverage options to protect the things you value most, file a claim right on the State Farm mobile app, and even reach a real person when you need to talk to someone. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I liked this article because it's a great reminder to prioritize retirement vehicles when you're deciding on where to put your money. The tax benefits are just too good, and it really simplifies the process when you're making decisions on how to invest. Many people who want to retire early worry about putting too much into their retirement vehicles and needing to pay penalties to access their money before traditional retirement age. But remember, there are strategies to get around this, like a Roth Conversion Ladder described in this article, or setting up SEP 72T distributions. Also remember that your Roth contributions can be accessed tax and penalty free. It's your investment gains that would be subject to taxes and penalties. I'd encourage you to read the article How to Access Retirement Funds Early by the mad scientist who debunks this idea that if you want to retire early, you should prioritize investing in taxable accounts over fully funding your retirement vehicles. He provides in this article a hypothetical early retiree drawdown strategy, and the surprising conclusion is that even if you don't want to mess with things like a Roth Conversion Ladder or SEP distributions, it still makes sense to fully fund your retirement vehicles. In his example, it made more sense to pay the penalty on early withdrawals over investing in an after-tax brokerage account. But let me be clear, this isn't financial advice, and you may have some nuances to your situation where it really doesn't make sense to fully fund your retirement vehicles. However, I would like to encourage all of us to make sure we're not sacrificing dollars to save pennies. And that's a wrap for another Thursday show. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll be back tomorrow where your optimal life awaits.